The Midnight Club series is one of the most beloved gaming franchises ever. Not only does it transcend gaming itself, but it also put Rockstar on the map. Let's not forget it was also Rockstar's biggest moneymaker till... So with all that being said, it's pretty shocking that we've not seen another Midnight Club game after Midnight Club LA. But as some of you may not already know, hopefully while you clicked on this video, Midnight Club 5 was in the works. And the reason to why a Midnight Club game doesn't exist nowadays is actually much deeper than you first might realize. So this is the story of the cancelled Midnight Club game. Right, so before we go into the nitty-gritty, let me set the scene a little bit. The year is 2009. Midnight Club LA has been a smashing success. Not only has it sold fantastically well, but it's also done pretty well in the eyes of the critics. Every Midnight Club game revolutionized something within its medium. Midnight Club 1 was an open-world street racer in an era where there really wasn't many. Midnight Club 2 expanded on that with more personality, polish, more environment, and a banging soundtrack. And even Midnight Club 3 pushed the boundaries with licensed cars, licensed parts for those cars, more customization that had ever been seen in any other game on the market at the time. The list goes on and on and on, and honestly there's still things to this day which other games take from earlier entries in the Midnight Club series. And with Midnight Club LA came the dawn of Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. Midnight Club LA's South Central DLC launches in March of 2009. In my opinion, it's still one of the best expansions ever to release for any game, period. As far as racing games go, it's up there with Big Surf Island for me, the crew's original Wild Run DLC. It was complete with a map expansion, brand new cars, a brand new story mode, which was just as good as the base game. The best part about all of this is that the map expansion was free to all players, and if you wanted the cars and all the other things that came along with the expansion, it only cost $10. Absolutely nuts. I don't think there's ever been a more business-friendly model than this, and even to this day we don't get anything quite like this. It was ahead of its time, it was revolutionary, it was way before the age of live service, one of the best executions of DLC I have ever seen, period. And as far as Midnight Club LA goes, that was the end of its life cycle. Support then stopped to go ahead and look towards the future, and this is where it starts to get a little bit sticky. If you follow the gaming industry at all, you probably have heard about Rockstar's pretty negative work environment. Crunches are usually hard. There's been allegations of bullying within Rockstar, and this was no different in 2009. And even prior to the South Central DLC releasing, tensions were rising within Rockstar. Jay Panek and Mark Garone, two influential people to the Midnight Club series who had worked at Rockstar for over 10 years, were fired after the completion of MCLA. Other major people in the studio then left because they had lost hope in the company and didn't want to work on Red Dead Redemption. To put this in perspective for you guys, this is what their portfolio looked like under Rockstar. They worked on Midnight Club 2, Midnight Club 3, Midnight Club LA, and they essentially were Thanos snapped. Higher management then started dismantling the Midnight Club team for reasons that we don't know. But keep in mind at this time, Midnight Club was still Take-Two Interactive's second biggest moneymaker. Now it actually doesn't end there, it goes a little bit deeper. So around this time, wives of Rockstar San Diego employees collected themselves for a huge blog post. In this blog post, they talk about the condition of their employees, how some had been diagnosed with depression and the toll that it was actually taking on their family lives. All the sources I talk about in today's video will be linked down in the description. It's a very interesting read, and I think it has a big part to play on, you know, Rockstar San Diego's degradation and why Midnight Club eventually disappeared. But regardless if the original team is there or not, Midnight Club is still Take-Two Interactive's biggest moneymaker, and they were going ahead with the next game. Makes sense, doesn't it? It's the second biggest moneymaker. Go get your money, get another Midnight Club game, and we'll all be happy. Well, as you kind of already know, it wasn't quite that easy. Rockstar San Diego were told that a Midnight Club game would go ahead. You can presume that's because it is, you know, Take-Two's biggest moneymaker. This lasted a few months until upper management then told them that they were going to be outsourcing the next Midnight Club game. But there will be a core of 5 to 15 people at Rockstar San Diego working on it. As time went on and on and on, rumors kept circulating, and after a little while longer, it was just not gonna happen at all. There was many issues relating to Midnight Club. The New York management not giving realistic release schedules is prime among them. And after key figures such as Jay and Mark left the studio, the core of the Midnight Club team had just evaporated. I also want to stress the fact that Jay and Mark were there before it was even called Rockstar San Diego, and it was called Angel Studios. They worked on the Midtown Madness games. When I say they had a big impact, they really did have a big impact. And as the years have gone on and on and on, it seems like Rockstar's just kind of forgot about the series. But is it possible that we might see a Midnight Club game in the future? You have to be blind to not see how Midnight Club still impacts Rockstar to this day. All you've got to do is look at GTA Online and look at the customization that's available for cars and see the direct inspiration that was taken from their series. In my opinion, and that this is just my opinion, I do believe that Rockstar is now focusing on the car portion of GTA Online to satisfy their Midnight Club fans that are left over. I also think GTA Online, if anything, proves that there's still a demand for a Midnight Club game. Like, let's face it, cars and customization are one of the biggest money makers for Rockstar in GTA Online, and if that doesn't say there's still demand for a Midnight Club, then I don't really know what does. Not to mention, cars and customization are making a comeback, in recent years at least, and there is a huge gap in the market for a cars and customization racing game that pushes boundaries. And if you ask me personally, as someone who plays racing games every day, I'm a racing game content creator, there is a lot of money to be made within the arcade racing sector. There is not one arcade racer right now that is doing things right, and I think if Rockstar were to come back now in 2020 Year of the Gamer, they would have a huge impact. So to conclude this video, ultimately the reason why Midnight Club 5 never existed is due to Rockstar's intense work environment and key people leaving the team. It was the perfect storm of bad timing, poor treatment of staff, and even other projects like Red Dead Redemption doing much better than they could ever anticipated. I'm not expecting one, but I will remain hopeful that Rockstar haven't forgot about one of my favorite racing franchises ever. But it is an absolute shame that Midnight Club, you know, will probably never come back. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like, subscribe. A little bit of a different style video today. If you enjoyed this, want to see more of these kind of commentary style videos, let me know down in the comment section down below. That's been it for me, from your boy. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.